Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm back in Eternal Towers of Hell because I'm going to be doing another etoh soul crushing review. First, if you don't know what an etoh soul crushing review is, it's basically where I take a specific soul crushing tower, preferably one that I've already been, and just play through the tower explaining what I like and dislike about it. I will also talk about my experience playing the tower and give you guys like tips to help you beat the tower if you want to go for it in the future. Also, sorry it has been like almost a month that I've uploaded. I've been kind of busy lately, but hopefully I can start to upload a bit more. It's also just because honestly I haven't really felt like a motive to upload, but I'm back, and I realized that I should probably make a video so I don't go like a month without uploading like I used to. But yeah, I am back, and I hope for the next video to be that catastrophic tips and tricks video, similar to the first soul crushing tips and tricks video. So it'll be kind of the same but a little bit more in depth because catastrophic is a harder difficulty, of course. So I'm probably gonna do voiceovers with that video as well, like I did with the first soul crushing tips video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this soul crushing review. To actually get to the tobp like portal area, you have to go to the sky lobby, this area over here. Right over here there's gonna be a text that says backup blast door activation. Press this and just jump off and down into the hole down here. And the timer is pretty lenient as well. But anyways, here we are. The Tower of Blast Power portal room, and this is honestly one of the best portal rooms I've literally ever seen. I mean, everything about it, the music, the decoration, like the theme, it's so cool. Speaking of the actual tower itself, I actually really like this tower, which is why I wanted to do a soul crushing review on it, because it was one of, if not my favorite extremes in the whole game, honestly. I will also be using vertical mobility so I don't have to focus on the gameplay, and it'll be easier to commentate throughout the videos. So without further ado, let's get straight into the soul crushing review. So starting off, floor 1's not really a whole lot going on. It kind of just gets you introduced to the tower like literally any other floor. Well, not any other floor in this tower, but more so just any tower in the game. I do think it does a pretty good job though of introducing you to some of the mechanics like double jumps, morphers, flips, conveyors, all that stuff. Double jumps will be used quite frequently in this tower, so make sure you get used to those a bit. The flip part will move under you once you hit the morpher, so just gotta have good reflexes for that. Oh yeah, and the orange outlined parts are progress loss, which you'll see a lot of those later in the tower. I never actually struggled with this tower too bad. I didn't really fail the final stretch either. I did fluke that, which was pretty lucky. The final stretch isn't that bad, but I guess it can still be slightly hard under nerves. And here we go with 2, and 2 is already a pretty hard floor. This you kind of just time like that. Not too bad. This tower is somewhat learny. I mean, once you play it more, you definitely do get used to it quite well, so that's a good thing about this. As I was saying, this is one of my most favorite extremes. Probably is my most favorite extreme in the whole game. I don't know, it's just the gameplay is really fun. I never really struggled with it too bad, and I don't know. The design, it looks good, it flows pretty well, so I don't know. Overall, I just thought it was really fun. This truss is a bit long. Make sure you set that one up a bit. Make sure you time that jump, and also jump around at the zip line. And here we are at floor 3 already. So you get introduced to these, like, green kind of... It says you can keep jumping on green double jumps, but just don't hold, so pretty straightforward. I do like a lot of the mechanics in this tower, like the double jumps, those green things. Also good utilization of the flip parts, I like that. I don't know, the way they combine the client objects is just, it's really good, honestly. Dance clip. That won't be the last one, as you're gonna do one literally right here again. I mean, it says aim for that one, but you don't really need aim. Oh yeah, you can do that wrap from the other side. I forgot about that. Here, please don't get tricked. This part right here is not collidable. So you can actually stay close to the cylinder. I used to like stay back from the cylinder because I didn't want to hit my head and then I realized that that was actually like really hard to do. And then here, this is not too bad. You can just alternate between the two. You kind of have to like press the morpher at the same time. And then here we are at floor 4. This tower is quite short at the beginning. I mean, you should probably still like focus because I hated failing like 1 to 3, dude. It sucked. This jump is slightly hard. Make sure you have good camera control for that. This jump is pretty hard. I'm gonna jump from here and then do that. I'd recommend doing like that, so you can see it better. But here we are on floor 5. Not too bad. I like to turn like that and do that, because that is actually a pretty long truss flick. Another wob. That part is netted too, so it's not really that big of a deal. Make sure you like wrap out a little bit there, because you can hit yourself on the wall. And then here's a nice, not a really unique mechanic, because people have used it before, but I like the ladder clips that they do. And then here you kind of just move the push box. Make sure you don't hit the progress loss brick. You can just jump onto the button, it'll catch you like that. And then you have more button progress, which I actually really like that there's button progress. I mean, wait, let's be honest, who wouldn't? And then here's a cool mechanic that I actually like. The double jumps will propel you in the direction of the particle. Use your second jump strategically. It's like an elevator and a double jump at the same time, which is cool. That's pretty much floor 6. And I actually really like the music of floor 6. It's probably one of my most favorite Ruckus music or songs. Doesn't he also go by like Nightcilla? I don't know if that's the same person. I think it is though. This part is a little bit scary. Kind of just jump inside the jump booster so you get the height. Here, the blasters will deal 20 damage. Do not stop moving. Speed time. I've heard a lot of people hate this part, but it's honestly really not that bad. It's actually like pretty easy. Like, okay, I say as I fail. Anyways, these floors are pretty fun. The beginning floors are kind of whatever, but I like the kind of midway point, like floor 5 to 7. I think that's pretty fun. And this truss flick is unique. You like bottom flick and do that. It's cool. This truss isn't horrible. Just kind of gotta do that. It's not too bad. It can be scary though. Slightly scary jump. And here we are with floor 7 with another net. Yeah, this tower actually has quite a few nets. Like there's that one on 3, and then like floor 6 has a mini net here, which is nice. The nets may come with loop fail though, especially floor 9. Floor 9 is pretty bad when it comes to loop fail. Yeah, this thing actually sucks. This is horrible. Yeah. I don't know, you have to hold W like at the end. That, I don't know, that's really weird. So, when you go into this platform, you want to hold like A or D. Like this. So here you kind of like get in the seat and just spam F. Which you will need the skill for floor 9, by the way. I think floor 10 too. There's like an instant kill part or something. And then here you have floor 7 outside. If you follow your pretty much done for. Hopefully it's not that bad. It's not really that long either. So here you kind of want to use the double jump to hit the part and just go back. The push box will spawn here, so make sure you get the moving platform like that. Pretty unique part there. I do like the push box utilization. Here we have floor 8, and this is also a pretty good song, but you get bun progress, so you get to skip basically the entire floor 7, which is nice. This lodge is a little weird, but you kind of do that, yeah. And here, you just line up with the beam and climb down, yeah, to climb down a little bit. It's kind of the same thing on, what was it, floor 2? Kind of have to do that. I don't know, there was a similar part, I think it was floor 2, something like that. Alright, so here's a little bit of a time section. Hit all 8 mowers first before the platform fades. This platform will fade in 15 seconds. I actually do kind of like this time section. Yeah, do that. Make sure you react a little bit quickly. Make sure you jump on that a little bit late so you have time to set that up. Part's not that bad. Here's 8 outside. Wait, I mean, we've already been on 8 outside, but this is the more unsafe part of it, so careful. Because you don't really need to hold space. But you can kind of just climb that. And then here you just push this to the very end. And I don't know if those actually teleport you back, but just remember those that are there. And here we have floor 9. So this is actually netted. You just go back to the very start. But to make up for that, the gameplay is actually pretty annoying. This gameplay is not great. I've never really understood what to do here. There we go. Yeah, like that. Make sure you remember the green parts. I actually failed this walk around once. And then I fail it again. Yeah. You've likely seen this mechanic before where you kind of just... gotta make sure you're climbing. Yeah. Some parts are really not that bad. This time section sucks. Just go fast on that. Yeah. It's pretty bad. And then here you have the floor 9 spinner, which is all outside. Yeah. It's really not that bad. I never failed this, but yeah, I guess I can see like the somewhat annoyance. You just gotta make sure you time your stuff right. There's just another jump. You have the white platforms telling you where to jump from. And here is the part where I was explaining like you might have to spam flip because those are instant kills, those red outline platforms. So this part is actually really fun. I do like this part. Yeah, you kind of just spam. And then with that, this is floor 10, which is all netted. But you have a timer, which is actually pretty... I don't know if it's really lenient. You still want to go fast, but yeah. The gameplay is not that bad, but I guess I can understand the loop fail. And here, make sure you can see the black platform, because it kind of blends in. Make sure you avoid those progress lost bricks, but yeah, you kind of just move there. It's pretty straightforward. And then with that, this is not the final stretch yet, but it's the same kind of rocket thing we had on the end of 9. And blast off time. Stay seated during your flight. And then here you are about to approach the final stretch. Three, 2, 1. And then this part is really sick. I actually really like this part. This final stretch is awesome. Almost there. You're almost done, but there is one last final stretch. Blast through it. Be careful not to fall into the black hole below you, as it will end your run. Yeah, a black hole. Yeah, you see that right there? That's a black hole. Yeah, if you fall, you're done, basically. Oh yeah, don't jump there, please. As I was saying earlier, I did not fail the final stretch, so that's probably one reason why I found it to be pretty good, is just that I had a good experience with it. Again, the final stretch isn't really that bad. I guess it can be scary, though. That jump is slightly hard. And I'm pretty sure this is an instant kill because of the red outlines. I'd assume so. Conveyor lodge. Kind of like that. It might be a little bit hard to understand at first, but you kind of want to have shift lock turn in, unshift lock while holding A or D, and then just turn again. Might be confusing, but it is like how you pretty much do it, I guess. Just kind of lock in and take your time. This truss is also kind of scary. This elevator boosts you not that much compared to the other ones we've had earlier in the tower. And then here's the scary flip jump. Look at this. Just timed that well, yeah. And this is pretty much like a decent chance you win if you don't like mess up. You're gonna have to jump into the white outlines. Don't worry about the speed timer, it's pretty lenient. So this part is pretty weird. Every time you hit a button, you want to alternate like between the flips. So like, hold on, okay, it's right here. So you want to go to the other side because the button is on the other side. Flip again. Press the button. Flip again. And then this is a pretty long jump, don't underestimate. And that's pretty much it. One last trial. Avoid collision with the asteroids at all costs, and this part is really awesome. I do really like this part. And what? Huh? You know what? It works. But yeah, anyways, here you have to like move to the green so you don't get hit by the asteroids or it instant kills you. It's pretty lenient. I mean, it's not like easy to die here, honestly, unless you're being like you genuinely have to do it on purpose to actually die here. But mission success, and that's pretty much the tower. Yeah. And it's a sphere. Awesome. Mark your flag here as a symbol of achievement. You've been through a lot to get here. You've earned it. Good job, player. You've landed on our, what does that say? Target moon, Lunarex. Enjoy the view. And yeah, the view is pretty sick. As you can see, you do get a glimpse of the final stretch, which is pretty sick. But oh yeah, one quick thing that's actually pretty funny. You can move this spaceship, so and there it goes into the abyss. But yeah. Anyways, this was Tower of Blast Power. Honestly, really good tower. Really enjoyed it. Experience wasn't really that crazy. I did fluke, like, I think from 9, because I think 9 is netted. I can't really remember if I failed 8, but yeah. At the end of every etoh soul-crushing review, I do rate the tower out of 10. So, in my opinion, Tower of Blast Power receives a 10 out of 10. The first 10 out of 10 tower that we've had on the etoh soul-crushing reviews. Actually, I think Tower of Raging Tempest I also marked as a 10 out of 10. I did really enjoy that, but the first extreme to have a 10 out of 10, which is just awesome because I really like this tower, honestly. This is probably my favorite extreme in the whole game, and I know several people that wouldn't agree with me on that. But yeah, hopefully this did kind of fill the gap because I haven't uploaded in a while. Kind of somewhat filler upload. It is a pretty good tower though, so I did want to make a soul crushing review on this at some point, so I figured I'd just do it now, and the next video will be, of course, the catastrophic tips and tricks. Not sure when I'm gonna make that, but I plan for it to be soon. And considering how well my first soul crushing tips and tricks video did, I hope this video also does pretty well. So, well, and the catastrophic tips and tricks. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Not much else to say about Blast Power. Really good tower. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.